Welcome back to another Lessons with Ming. Today we will extend again our discussion about logarithm, and we will look at one particular properties of logarithm more carefully. And here is the learning target. Well, in this lesson, we'll try to make some more sense about this particular property. That is, when you have this logarithm x raised to the power of y base a, that can be written as y logarithm of x base a. That is, the index of the factor moves down to the in front of the log. The way I remember is that I think of the index here, this particular index here, y here, as Humpty Dumpty, and Humpty Dumpty is sitting on the wall on top of this x. That's the wall. And when people provided a log, then he could slide safely to safety. So slides down using the log to the front, right? So here, well, what's the answer to that one? Logarithm 8 base 2. We know that 2 has to be raised 3 times to get 8. That's for sure. Now, in order to make sense of this, again, from a different perspective, is that logarithm 8 here can be rewritten as 2 to the power of 3 and base 2, right? So you can see that because 3 can slide down, because log is a rescue for the 3, so it slides down to in front of the 3, so logarithm 2 base 2. And from the previous lesson, we know that the base have to be only raised once to get the same value 2 in the factor. So here is 3 times 1. So the answer is 3. So that gives us the justification why the index of the factor can slide to the front of the logarithm. Similarly, we have this one. Logarithm 4 squared base 2. How much 2 has to be raised to get 4 squared? Well, one way to think of this is to rewrite this as logarithm of 16 base 2. And that is the same as 16 is 2 raised to the power of 4 and base 2. So when it slides down, that is 4 times logarithm 2 base 2. So the answer is 4. So this is what we have. This question can be seen in a different way. That is, using this particular property, the 2 goes down, the 2 goes to the front immediately. So 2 logarithm 4 base 2. But how much is logarithm 4 base 2? How much the 2 has to be raised to get 4? Well, the answer in this case is twice. So you can see that you get exactly the same answer, 4 and 4, regardless of how you do it. So next time when we see that there's an index to the factor, the index or the log exponent of the factor goes in front of the log. Welcome back. Let's check your answers. Well, for the question number 1, we simply has to move the factor here. 4 is raised to the power of 2, so we simply have to move the factor 2 down to the front. So that will be just 2 logarithm 4 base 3. And the next one is the factor is raised to the power of 3. So then the 3 goes to the front, logarithm 3 logarithm 7 base 5. And the next one is how much, here we'll have to write 2 goes to the front, logarithm e base e, but logarithm e base e is actually 1, so it's 2 times 1 equal to 2. For higher level students, you might want to prove that y logarithm of x base a is actually equal to logarithm of x to the power of y base a. So for higher level student, you might want to try to prove this and show it to your teacher. All right, question number 4. Well, question number 4 is similar to what we have done before. Here the factor is 9 and it's raised to the power of 4. So 4 basically just go in front. 4 natural log of 9. And for this one, number 5, it might be easy for you to, if you have difficulty seeing this, that is to change this as x to the power of negative 1. So that means negative 1 is the index or exponent of the factor x, so that goes in front, x natural log of negative natural log of x. So 7 is similar to number 5. The answer is just negative 1 of natural log of 7. Basically just the power goes to the front. And number 7 is similar, so that can be written as logarithm to 16 to the power of negative 1. So that can be written as negative logarithm 16 base 2. Or if you prefer, that is, well, how much 2 has to be raised to get 16? The answer is 4. So it's negative 4. But since my answer have to be in terms of y logarithm x base a, this will be the solution instead of negative 4. And similarly for question number 3 here, because the question wants it to be y in the form of y logarithm x base a, this will be the solution. Although this particular solution looks a bit weird, usually we simplify it to answer like this, number 2. And with this, is usually simplified to negative 4, unless the question asks to do so, as in this one.